It's time. Lock, load, put on your Infinity Gauntlet and grab your lightsaber. This is Nerd Talk. Presented by Whedon TV. A chick boom.
Hello! Hey, we're here.
Hello.
But should we be? That is the question.
Where else would we be?
Oh, hell yeah.
All right.
There's no place we would rather be than right here where we are with you today.
I don't know. I wouldn't mind being at a bar right now.
Well, greetings, nerds and nerdites, and all across
Nerd talk from the bar.
Fruited plain and the fruited plains of existence.
That's someone else. Never mind.
Darmok and Jalad and
yeah,
Tanagra.
but Bartok.
So,
Bartok's from an episode. I can't put my finger on it.
Oh, Bartok.
I'll figure it out.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, we're here, by the way. Welcome back to Nerd Talk, everybody. We missed you.
Sorry we were gone
Where
last
were you?
week. We had issues. I think it was the Unicron variant.
Several people were
and
sick.
wiped us out.
Or
So
Omicron.
it was one of those Transformers.
That's it.
So,
Half the house was sick at the house.
I know you guys.
yeah.
You guys were.
I
It was a
wasn't
house
sick.
of plague.
I was good. And I
I brought
everybody.
a young priest and an old priest by, and we just did the thing, and
Yeah,
then
it
we
was
drove by.
bad.
That was it. We weren't even stopping.
That's all you needed.
I felt bad for Dylan's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now the CDC tinted the
they
house
tinted
and
the whole
everything.
property.
Yeah, it was crazy. Looked
Had
like
guards.
that scene from E.T. with the.
It was like Raccoon City. They had the guards out there, and if we tried to leave, they were shooting at us.
Yep, I saw the turrets. So it was pretty
bad.
crazy.
I did that.
Was that you?
That was me.
That seemed like it looked like
I called them
They
in.
had a
I had
steampunk
them done.
flare. You were the one who put the gears
I
on.
didn't think
did,
it was
I
him
did.
because you actually missed the shots then. I thought you would hit me.
Oh, I wasn't there. I just,
okay. That's why.
Obviously, the problem is, again, you go with the lowest bidder and look what you get. You know what I mean?
My
Quit
problem.
outsourcing your people. Shoot me.
Well, there's that whole incrimination. I just didn't feel like doing a lifetime in jail because I only got so many years left.
So
Well,
what did you do
aside
last
from that-
weekend, Anthony?
I have no freaking clue. Oh, I put up a wall of
Shame.
different colored boards. No, you need that.
I have
do
it.
the motley kind of butcher block look on a wall.
Okay.
Did that in my wife's tack room.
Nice.
And, so that was fun, and then ended up our whole game of Gloomhaven.
Oh, there you
Yep.
go.
Not the big one. This was the Jaws of the Lion, which is the starter kit.
That's pretty good.
Freaking awesome.
That is a great game.
Oh yeah, we had one game where it was like I had one card left. Okay, and that was it. It was the end of the game, and if I didn't get a +2 or a ×2, we were toast, and we'd have to start all over again. And I flipped the last card, and it was a ×2.
I love it. When
My God!
I love it when those games boil down to that.
Like right down to that last card. I mean, the
It's
other
so
player
balanced,
was
it
already
usually winds up
stunned,
something like that.
exhausted, and so it was like the very last possible option. So yeah,
Very nice.
we are really getting into Gloomhaven lately.
That's good stuff.
Very
All right.
cool.
Michael, what did you guys do last weekend besides recover?
I had no recovery. I've been fine. What the hell did I do?
It was a long time ago.
Yeah, it feels like forever. So Thursday we filmed an episode of Comic Book 101. That is back. Next week we go live actually back with Comic Book 101.
Oh yeah.
So next
Well,
week will
shouldn't
be
you call
actually
it
live.
Comic Book 201 now?
Not basically it would be like 501 at this point.
Yeah, it's been several iterations of this.
Yeah.
So
Well, they always switch out, the profs on the first year classes anyway. So,
But
there
yeah,
you have
so
it.
did that. Then the weekend I was pretty lazy. We just went to
You?
the Coliseum of Comics.
nothing wrong with that. Which
in
one?
Tampa.
Tampa?
The new Tampa
Okay,
one.
Tampa. Yeah.
Picked up the board game that I ordered from them during Christmas.
What was that?
I had gift card. The Power Rangers grid game. So I've been wanting it for like
Heard good
over a
things.
year now, and
Heard good
finally
things.
came in. And that was pretty much it. Oh, some new expansion. Well, new for me. They're older now. Expansions from Red Dragon Inn came in this week.
Nice. Red Dragon Inn is one of my all-time favorites.
Yeah, so speaking of Red Dragon Inn, thank you to Jen, but she sent me a copy of the newest one that they just got done kickstarting, the pub crawl.
Oh yeah.
And we're going to play it on Nerd Talk sometime, and I'm going to demo it at a certain thing when certain thing's done.
One certain thing gets into motion. Yes.
Yes.
This super secret double probation thing that we're not allowed to talk about.
But yeah, Jen from Red Dragon Inn sent me the demo, and
Nice.
sent me another one too that they did. So
Very, very cool.
dungeon crawlers, dungeon masters, something like Dungeon something, I don't remember now.
Let's see. So last weekend I did 2 conventions.
Two.
How
do you do 2 over a weekend?
Well, I have this wonderful thing called a wife. And so what happened was
you didn't clone yourself?
we had booked ourselves for VillaCon. They had asked us to come be a speaker, and VillaCon the year before was a 1-day event. So I was like, yeah, no problem, we can do that. Well, VillaCon expanded to a 3-day event, and then that was in Orlando. And VillainCon, basically VillaCon, the villains have taken over. So it was pretty darn cool. Guest of honor was Barry Bostwick. They had Denise Crosby. They had Garrett Wang.
So the asshole was there.
Oh, well, he was fantastic because originally.
Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Exactly.
He's really cool.
Yeah, he was supposed to do
Oh, wow. So you were with him when, wait a minute, when did the Meatloaf news break?
the day before.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
wow.
so Friday night they were going to do Megaforce
Wow.
as a live
Yeah.
riff, and he was going to be part of that, and I was all excited for that.
Oh, yeah.
But the way the world happened, and with the loss of Meatloaf, they
Yep.
changed it to a Rocky Horror Night, and so he did a big tribute to Meatloaf
I
at the
bet he
beginning
did.
of that,
That
and it
must
was
have been amazing.
it was very emotional and very cool. A lot of people YouTubed it, so if you look up VillaCon, you'll find it. And it was pretty quiet con this year. There was a lot of competition, and as it was, Saturday, I was at another festival because I'd also been invited to be at the Great Florida Bigfoot Conference.
He's the conference all about me.
Yeah, I had to be at that. Oh, look, hey, thanks. I just sent that for fun. There he was. He was there. Actually, there were quite a few of those around, which is pretty funny. I like that one.
That's like E.T. on testosterone. I mean, there's just something really
That one
wrong
and
with
the
that.
previous one was actually Stacy Brown from Finding Bigfoot dressed as Bigfoot.
Okay.
And then they had photo ops. They had speakers. 3,000 people when they were pre-sold, and then they hit 5,000.
That's hilarious.
And this wasn't as big as last year, apparently. So this was at the Lakeland RP Funding Center, and it was amazing. A lot of fun. Had a great time at that. We sold out of books, and for those of you who were there and I sold out, sorry, you can still find us at Walmart and Walgreens and CVS and Cracker Barrel and all those other fun places.
They can go on
or you can order to erieflorida.com and order some for yourself. The weekend before, the reason I wasn't here was because I was filming a documentary down in Key West for Robert the Doll for Discovery Plus. So
Not Robert the Bruce. That's something else.
keep your eyes open for The Curse of Robert the Doll coming this summer to Discovery Plus. And we also turned in our final draft for Erie Appalachia. Finally, I've been working on it for 2 years.
So now we finally get our
When's
mark
the
back.
timeline of that coming out?
Should be in final edits this week. Cover finalized the week after that, and then it'll be into the publisher for finals, and that means July, August, probably.
Awesome sauce. You got a big summer coming up, buddy.
Whew, yeah, and then I'll start the promotions for that.
Say when's the book tour?
Book tours August, September, October, and Mothman Festival happens to fall right in the middle of that up in West
But if
Virginia,
only
so.
the Mothman legend was centered around the Appalachia. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Yep.
I'm getting this now.
Yeah, and we're going to do Cryptid Con and a few other events are locking in our schedules now, so we'll figure it all out, and we'll be filming a lot of that for Nerd Talk and Erie Travels.
Awesome sauce.
So, well, we've got a lot to talk about other than all that.
No, there's nothing on the list.
Oh, man, it's
We got
only,
like 20,
Nothing important.
10 pages since we haven't done a week and a half.
So what happens when we miss?
Well, so for movie news, our reboots, remakes, sequels, and Wrapped, we've got a lot of fun stuff right off the bat. But do we want to hold the trailer for the end here?
Yeah, let's hold the trailer.
Let's hear it for the end,
Who
but-
was? I mean, now there was some really tragic news.
Oh, yeah, so because we're going to talk about Moon
Oscar
Knight.
Isaac.
Yeah.
Yeah, Oscar Isaac is all excited for the new Moon Knight. We're all excited for that. But the villain in this, what's his name? Gaspard Ulliel, who's going to be playing one of the villains in this. He's kind of a, but it was his first big American
first
role.
break.
Yeah.
And he's 37, and he dies in a skiing accident
And
just
he pulls-
before the show.
Yeah, he pulls a Sonny Bono.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah. And crashes while skiing and dies.
Yeah, so he won't be
Boom.
doing the promotional tour, sadly.
I mean,
although this is Moon Knight. So it would not put it past him to show up on a few, interview junkets. So
Moon Knight's a great comic.
because
I can't wait.
it is one of my
I've been
favorite
reading it
comics
since
of
the
all
first
time.
issue. As a matter of fact, I've got some of the first issues at home.
I have my Werewolf
Yeah.
by Night 32 where he premieres.
My friend
so.
Dylan, actually, his parents got him some original art from Marvel Studios when they were in Manhattan.
Oh, yeah.
And you could go in buy the art. It's pre-framed. His parents bought him a Spider-Man frame. Yeah, no big deal, right? Well, Dylan was, of course, like, no, I got to touch this. He takes it out of the frame and flips it over, and on the back were the original concept sketches for Moon Knight.
Wow.
Holy
that's pretty epic.
crap.
That's pretty epic.
It's like they had no idea what they had bought him. It's like, oh, no, this is going back in the frame the other way.
Yeah. That's how it works. We bought
Find a double-sided frame.
Oh, yeah.
we bought
glass frame
some
at that
cell animation from Futurama back in the day,
Yeah.
and it came with a little background print. And on the back of the background print was a bunch of Matt Groening's just sketches
Nice.
of Nibbler, hundreds of them. And I'm
Wow.
like, this must have been like a reference card or something.
Yeah.
So we split the framing
Yep.
and put that on a separate thing. And now our animation cell doesn't have a background, but it was pretty
It's
epic.
worth it.
But you never know these things. That's part of the fun of collecting these
That
stuff.
is very cool.
But now the big news for me is everybody loves The Boy Who Lived, Daniel Radcliffe.
Oh, this is unbelievable.
This is incredible. But the world is colliding because he is playing in a biopic
Conan the Librarian.
greatest musician of all time.
No, he's playing Conan the Librarian.
No, he is playing the one and only great one,
Eat it.
Weird Al Yankovic.
Weird Al Yankovic. That is who
Name
played
some-
Conan the
let's think
Librarian
of some-
in the
think of-
movie UHF.
Think of, he didn't play Conan. He just ran that on his show.
He ran the little commercial.
Yeah, but he
it
wasn't-
was for Conan the Librarian.
Yeah.
That's him standing there with a
That's
sword.
not. That wasn't.
Yeah, that's
Weird Al.
him.
No,
That's Weird
Al. That was a stunt man who did Conan. Weird Al was the guy who was hosting the show that did that. And don't talk to me about Weird Al like that. You're slamming against a Jedi here. Weird Al. Let's think. Any other musicians that have a 40-year span of #1 albums? I mean, everybody jokes about Weird Al, but
No, he's
as number one albums. There's nobody
how the
else.
hell does he stay fresh?
I mean, Dolly
How
Parton,
does he stay
maybe.
fresh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's just it.
Yeah.
But it's that level.
Country stars can do it.
That level.
But yeah,
I mean,
it's crazy.
look at even Michael Jackson. He outlasted Michael Jackson. He's outlasted
Well,
Madonna. Madonna
yeah.
hasn't had a #1 album in
Yeah.
20 years.
No,
Yeah.
and I mean, and you listen to some of his lyrics, and they're absolutely brilliant.
Oh, and
his
videos are incredible.
His lyrics on satire are better than original lyrics
Yep.
in movies like The Greatest Showman. Okay, I mean, just like light years ahead.
It was what Lin-Manuel Miranda just laughed when he did the Hamilton polka, and he thought that was the greatest
Of
And Weird
course.
Al's one of the
tribute
nicest
ever.
Come
people.
on.
So then he
to
had
get
the
a send up
cast
from Weird Al.
Well, he had the cast make a video for the polka because he was so happy about that.
Oh.
Who was it? White and Nerdy.
Oh, yeah, White and Nerdy.
The guy who wrote the original Right and Dirty said that the greatest moment of his life was when he saw Weird Al had made the
joke about
joke about it. See, not him.
I sit corrected. That is not Weird Al.
You're welcome.
In my mind, it was always Weird Al.
Weird Al did Rambo and a bunch of other
That's
stuff.
right.
in
Yeah,
that.
he did Rambo. Okay.
And he did this. Yeah.
And
Yeah, but it was an Oscar. But
fun things you can do with a 3D printer. I had to make one, so I had
Heck
it.
yeah.
So I could go, and have fun.
It's sweet. All right, we've got. But anyway, yeah. So Weird Al biopic. I'm excited.
Oh, that's
Everyone
gonna be-
knows I'm a
but
huge
the
Weird
thing
Al nerd.
is,
So
with Daniel Radcliffe,
Exactly.
playing Weird Al,
perfect.
how insane is that going
like
to be?
perfect casting.
It's
no one's complaining about this
It's
one.
extraordinary fusion.
This isn't like Robert Pattinson playing Batman, where everybody freaked out at the beginning, and now we're all like,
Oh, I can't
well,
wait for
let's
that.
look
one.
for
everybody's
emo
just
Batman.
like sitting there going, "Really, Harry Potter as okay? What?"
Yeah.
You
But
know?
if you follow anything he's done, look at the show he's doing. Is it TBS?
Yeah,
the Oregon Trail.
Oregon Trail. Yeah.
Have you seen that?
Oh, Daniel Radcliffe?
Yeah.
No, but
Oh my God.
no, he's an
One
incredible
of the
young
episodes
actor.
from the newest season
Well,
when
I
he's
say young,
singing
he's
on
getting older every
stage.
day.
Yeah, it says
in
actually.
like the little chaps and
Yep.
yeah.
No, it'll be good. It'll be good. What's funny was Weird Al always joked that the reason they never did like a behind the music of them was because there was never any little tragedy. He's like, oh, well, this album only went double platinum instead of triple platinum. It was like, that's as bad as it got.
I had a flop once, and then I turned 6.
So, so it'll be fun to see. I'm excited.
Definitely.
As long as
because
they do Dare to Be
apparently
Stupid
it's going to be very serious.
Transformers the movie. Yeah.
Very serious.
Apparently, no.
Not a chance. Hopefully, it'll be as much fun as UHF.
Yep. And then up next,
a new comic
announced.
Comic-wise,
It freaked everybody out because Joss Whedon came out and finally fired back at those that had been firing against him. And Joss, I don't know if you realize the purpose of an interview is that it's going to be recorded and then played back later. And the things you said, I can only assume that the demon on this shoulder was in complete control and telling you, yeah, this is what they'll take. Just tell them it was their fault for being hot. It's just like, I'm like, really?
Wow.
This is your play? Come on,
sucks
dude.
because he's done so much, so many good things.
Yep. And this was his big, I'm coming back. I've waited long enough to say my piece. And
he says something stupid.
Oh, it's such a hole, dude. You just buried yourself so far. So, Joss, if you're watching, because I know you love Nerd Talk, and we love you, but dude, just go away.
Shut up.
Go away. Just take your money, go away. But that said, new comic coming out, new Buffy comic with a new Slayer. So, although Buffy's still in it, but apparently a new Slayer. So, looking for the artwork.
It's going to be a guy. It's going to be Beefy the Vampire Slayer.
And now this is after Dark Horse has lost the rights. So now this is Boom. I'm excited to see what they do with it.
Boom Studios has been
does
putting
some good
out
stuff.
Great things from the Ninja Turtles, Power Rangers.
Yep.
So
they lost the rights to the G.I. Joe and Transformers now. That's going back to Marvel. So we'll see what happens with that. So
Marvel?
No, not Marvel. Hasbro pulled the rights back and has not giving it to anybody yet. So we'll see what happens. But Boom lost those. So and they'd run pretty good with those.
Did they say when it's coming out?
This August. So very quickly.
So we'll definitely, when that comes up, have to an episode of Comic Book 101 on that.
I'll talk Dark Horse Buffy all day.
Yeah.
Now, before we bring up this next headline, there's a giant disclaimer here. Do not believe a word of this.
Oh, this is total rumor. Total rumor.
Total
rumor.
But who wants to hear the juicy, incredible total rumor? And that is, what's old is new again.
Yep. Because of the lackluster season 13 and 14.
exclusively
due to the scripting.
Yeah.
The storyboards. It's god awful.
They are saying that Russell T. Davies,
yes,
the man who has been brought in to save Doctor Who,
yes,
to bring it back as he did in 2005, that he's not only going to we know Jodie is leaving at the end of the season.
Yes. We're going to regenerate.
We're going to regenerate back into David Tennant? No, I don't think so.
Could they be the missing adventures of David Tennant?
And Catherine Tate, supposedly, and all this. But what was funny is both of them said it was news to them. But that said, Russell T. did announce that he was talking about doing some classic homages, possibly specials, to bring back the old fans as kind of a salve. So that would involve old Doctors.
Yes.
Now, David Tennant would be a good way to do that.
David Tennant would be great. He was incredibly popular.
And he still looks about the same.
Yeah, he hasn't. He's gained some weight, but that's about it.
Yeah. And then, but rumor is Paul McGann, because he's a fan favorite from the old days and never got his due.
Yeah.
And so that is a possible.
I would love to see him just come back as the Doctor.
Just for a little bit.
Make him a little bit. Okay? I mean, nobody even, he was in one movie, for God's sake.
Well, the Big Finish run's been amazing.
Yeah,
he's done.
He's
actually been the Doctor longer than any other Doctor.
He got one movie. He didn't even get a TV series.
Yep, and
so he's ideal to loop in the classic fandom.
Oh yeah,
would be to give him the role as the 14th Doctor.
I'm still going to get you all my Big Finish, loan you some of them because they are amazing. His job is incredible. So don't. People are blowing up about that.
Yeah. Honestly, you saw a lot more evidence for Bigfoot this weekend than there is of
that
Tennant.
happening.
Well,
yes, exactly.
Yeah.
There's more evidence about Tobey Maguire showing up in the new Doctor Strange movie than there is about than there is about this. So yeah, I would.
There's a lot of rumors who's in that new
Yep,
Strange movie.
that's
Leonardo
he's-
DiCaprio playing Iron Man.
Yeah, and Tom Cruise playing Iron Man. There's a lot of.
Oh no,
they ain't gonna go
Leonardo
crazy.
playing Spider-Man.
Spider-Man and Tom Cruise playing Iron Man.
Because there was a leaked credit photo.
That's again.
Yeah, because they always do the credits first.
Yeah, that ain't gonna happen. So, well, and then now this one made me sad. I'm gonna skip number 5 because John's not here.
Yep.
But number 6, this one made me sad. Hasbro denied James Gunn the use of my favorite Marvel character, and that's not Howard the Duck. Howard the Duck is actually my favorite, but this is number 2, and they denied the use of this.
A character I've never heard of.
Rom the Space Knight.
Yep.
Now, Rom was a toy in the 1970s Hasbro made that did nothing. It was just a statue, and it made a, but it wasn't Darth Vader. It was a silver-looking guy, and he had a couple guns handed out. His eyes lit up.
Oh my god!
And that was all he did.
Oh, you are bringing back memories.
He looked like a dude in a
Wow.
wetsuit. So now, Marvel gets the rights to this to make a comic based on it, and they blow up, and they make it one of the coolest comics of all time. And they give him all this history and the Space Knights and the Wraiths, and they base him out of West Virginia. They kind of base him on the Flatwoods Monster, my shirt here. Wait, over here. Wait, there. Yeah, like that. Anyway, so they take it and they do all this stuff, and they run it for almost 100 issues. The toy barely sold for a year and disappeared. The comics went on many years after it. He interacts with all the Marvel Universe and all this stuff, and then disappears. And James Gunn, being the fan of obscure characters that he is, he wanted to bring him in to Guardians 1.
Oh, yeah.
Couldn't figure it out.
Ideal
Couldn't do it
fit.
2. Couldn't do him in 3. He's wanted to all the time. He's like, if I could have made Rom appear, he would have been in all of them.
Right.
But again, it's one of those. Marvel owns the rights to all the stories and characters and all this that they made, but Hasbro owns the rights to the toy. So now,
And
Boom
because he
Studios
started
has
as
the
a
comic
toy.
now, and
So-
they're making their own stories. They can't follow any of the Marvel stuff. They're having to make their own history and stuff.
So you love odd comic book characters.
Love 'em.
Last week on Comic Book One episode we filmed will be shown tomorrow night. Got brought up a character. I want to know if you know who he is from DC Comics. Paste Pot Pete.
Nope.
He shoots paste out of a gun.
Sounds like a character I would love, but DC is not my strong suit. So
It got brought up. I'm like, this is a character Mark probably knows. about.
I sadly do not know that one, but I will look him up immediately.
That is a
sounds
name
like a-
that only works in the written medium.
It sounds like a Howard the Duck villain. That totally sounds like a Steve Gerber villain from Howard the Duck or Destroyer.
just seeing him
Duck,
shooting
so.
paste out of a gun, I'm like, are kids eating it then?
No. It almost sounds like a
People
Tick
shoot.
villain from Ben Edlund. So, but all right. Well, anyway, so number 7, we got some sad news.
Yeah.
Even with Spider-Man becoming the 6th most dollar movie in history. Now, I always hate when they play those number games with the movies. It's the 6th most popular.
It's easy when
but
inflation
if
keeps
inflation
driving
is
ticket
insane
prices
as
to
it is right now,
$20.
yeah, exactly.
You know, when Star Wars was at $4.
Yep. And
So,
whenever
yeah.
they adjust those for inflation, the Gone with the Wind still always hits like number 1 or
Yeah,
number
it's way
2.
the hell up there.
And and if
Yeah.
especially when you do a percentage of population, then Gone
Yeah.
with the Wind is always number 1.
Yep.
Star Wars is usually in the top 3.
Yep.
But and not New Hope. I don't call it New Hope. It was Star Wars.
Star Wars.
New Hope was special edition. But yeah, so even with all that, our beloved AMC and Cinemark stocks have not been doing well. Now AMC, you still got that little bit of meme stock where people are just buying it because they love the thrill of
Yeah.
it. Even the GameStop's down back under $100 again, finally, where it kind of belongs. But we'll see. We'll see.
Now, AMC, the fear factor of going to a crowded theater or in any theater, okay, has to be overwhelmed by the desire to see whatever that specific movie is. And that's only happening with the mega blockbusters. Their revenues are off 60%
Yeah.
Yep.
year over year. And that's just, I mean, nobody has a sustainable model, you know, with revenues off 60%. And so they're having to make some changes. They're looking at stuff and trying to figure out how to make it work, which, they're still optimistic about the future, and God bless them. There's going to be a way to do it. It's a question of how they're going to evolve the entertainment spaces that they own.
Because they need to figure something out, because they keep pushing every movie back more and more, so nothing's coming out.
Yeah,
right
it's
now.
a part of it. Or they're doing the hybrid releases, or they're just going straight to video, because people now have got 100-inch screens you can go buy at Best Buy.
Entertainment is evolving, as we're seeing. I mean, look at us. We're doing this, and we're a completely different format that wouldn't have existed
we're here at a
few
very
years ago.
expensive studio in New York.
Yep.
And oh wait, no,
I'm in California.
Y'all are in New York? Yeah, I don't know. It's
hour.
cold outside, and they had to put the signs up for warning for falling iguanas again. So I just, I don't know where I am anymore. So it's crazy, but yeah. So I think movies are changing, and the businesses are going to have to figure it out.
Yeah.
Sooner or later, they'll get the hang of it. I think the movie-going experience is just going to evolve. It's going to be one of those.
I think you're going to have a lot more like the dinner theaters.
Yep, exactly.
Okay.
Where they serve you the food.
Dine and watch and enjoy, and it's just a completely.
And it might even make them more intimate again, with less people in the room
Make
with
them
you.
smaller.
So sidetrack real quick. Bruce mentioned Kiss has been around a long time.
Kiss would be close.
Just because they've been around, but they haven't done number one albums.
They haven't done an album every 10 years.
Even when they have done albums, look at them. They've sucked. Psycho Circus was a horrible one. Come on. We're talking about number one albums, not number 50 albums.
And every 5 years at most. I mean, I don't think he's ever been more than 5 years without an album.
Yeah.
Even now.
But let me ask you this question. Who remembers the Kiss TV special?
Oh, the
Kiss meets Phantom at the Park. That was horrible.
Yeah.
That was
as one of the best bad movies of all time.
Rape and destroy.
Yeah. Kiss is one of those bands. It's same with Meatloaf. We were talking about Meatloaf again.
Yeah.
Has the best album artwork.
Yeah.
And you think this is going to be the rockingest, metalist thing ever, and it's like
not.
show tunes from Broadway. Exactly. I was like, what? You got sucked up by
How
this
did I get elevator music on my Kiss
Even
album?
if you didn't know who Kiss was, you look at their photos all makeup out, you're like, this is going to be a thrash death metal band, and it's like, what the hell is this? This is not
rock and roll all night. It's so poppy, and then Meatloaf was the same thing, and it's like. Wow, I never realized that looking at their album covers and looking at listening to music.
I like Kiss, don't get me wrong, but they haven't put anything
Meatloaf.
Good out.
Yeah, I like Kiss, I like Meatloaf.
Oh, no, nothing wrong with them.
No, it's just like you went a little far on the imaging.
Marketing was
it's
the
like
thing. Marketing is the
over
thing.
The top. It was like the previews for Blade Runner.
So now movies
showing it as an action adventure film.
Yeah, exactly.
And then everybody goes to the theater and they're like, I'm sleeping. Go ahead.
Well, speaking of sleeping.
Yeah, I'm sleeping when I listen to his music.
No, I'm talking about the next one. This movie is going to be 3 hours.
Okay, you skipped number 8. Good.
I did. I didn't mean to.
Which is fine. Nobody cares about him.
No, nobody cares about him anymore anyway. Until we see the trailer, I don't care. The Batman is going to be 3 hours long. Do we need a 3-hour origin movie?
It's not origin. It's not origin. It's year 2 Batman.
I know, but it's origin of Riddler.
Yeah.
And origin of Penguin.
Dark, very,
so
very.
Do we need a 3-hour origin movie for these two villains that we've already seen origin
the
several
hell out
times?
of them before? I don't care.
All right.
I don't
but this
care.
is a different type of Riddler
this,
now.
This is a different kind of Batman, different kind of. This stuff is deeply,
dark.
Way beyond dark. I mean,
because Riddler is based on Zodiac Killer.
If you thought the Joker, was bad in the Nolan films, was like, whoa, why are you going there? This thing looks like that's kid stuff.
Well, there's already a villain that's based on Zodiac Killer in Marvel called Zodiac.
Yeah.
Who's big in Moon Knight.
Wow, that was a reach.
And he was actually kind of fun because I love his origin story. All the other villains, origin stories, fell in a vat of chemicals, or destroyed this. Norman Osborn becomes president and makes this man pay his taxes, so he becomes a villain.
Works for me.
I love it. It's so great. So great. Zodiac is awesome.
I'm interested still in the Batman movie.
I'm excited.
Totally into it.
3 hours.
3 hours?
I'll probably pause it halfway through to go get something to eat, then come back and unpause.
Will it bother anybody that it's 3 hours long?
Is it time to bring back the intermission?
We're getting there. I mean,
look at Dr. Zhivago or
Dances with Wolves had
Endgame,
it.
Endgame was 3 hours, right? Endgame was really close to 3
I believe
hours.
so.
If it wasn't over 3 hours, I don't remember. But
My
that was
Fair
the one
Lady,
everybody's like, oh, nobody
The
will go see
Music
this.
Man,
Yeah.
all intermission.
All
The
intermissions.
last movie I remember that had intermission, Titanic?
Titanic.
Was that the last
Did it have
one?
Yeah, I think it was.
I know it
because
had
Avatar
one.
didn't. It
Because
needed
it
one.
had it right
Needed
when
one.
it got struck
Avatar
by the
needed
iceberg is
50
when they had it.
intermissions.
Yeah.
Because that was 2 hours after the iceberg. It kept going on.
Yep.
Yep.
So
2
Bruce
hours
made a comment,
AI.
bring back drive-in theaters.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
No,
hey,
heck yeah.
Gate
The
City's
drive-in.
going strong.
The drive-in
Yeah.
will never die.
Drive-in
Thank
will
you, Joe
definitely
Bob.
make money.
Nope.
I still watch drive-in special every
I was
time
actually
Joe Bob's on
God
Shudder.
darn it! I was going to.
He's doing a Valentine's. He's doing a Valentine's. Joe Bob's doing a Valentine's. I'm excited about that. So
I was gonna hit the drive-in for the Spider-Man movie, and then I missed it. Damn! And it's not available anywhere.
I was a
can't find it.
projectionist at the Mustang back before it closed. Right before it closed,
Yeah.
I was the last projectionist, and they let me pick what all the movies I wanted. So I did Night of the Twos.
Nice.
And I did Gremlins 2, Ghostbusters 2,
Gremlins
and then
2 with
Evil
Hulk
Dead
Hogan.
2.
Oh,
And it was only because I couldn't get Death Stalker 2 because they had never made a drive-in print of it. It was a straight to video, which was a shame. If you ever want to watch the worst, best movie you've never seen, Death Stalker 2. It is amazing. So cannot
Take your word
recommend.
for it.
We are going to do an episode on Death Stalker 2 one day. We're just going to watch it, and we're all going to come in here and talk for 2 hours.
Can we
about
just
this
do
movie.
like
So
Mystery Science Theater with that one?
no, it's too funny.
Oh, it's too funny to do
It's
it?
self-referential because the first one was like, all right, so here we go. My 10 minutes on no, I'm just kidding. Death Stalker 2. Basically, Roger Corman got the rights to this thing. He felt like he should have had Conan. He felt like he deserved the Conan movies. Roger Corman was the only man who could do Conan proper. And then, of course, John Milius makes the amazing Conan the Barbarian, which has very little to do with Conan. It's more to do with Kull, but it's still an amazing, iconic
Cole was a great
movie. But not the paper Conan. So he makes this movie called Death Stalker, and it is rapey, it is cringy, it is terrible. It's like one of the worst movies of all time.
I need to see it.
No, it's terrible.
Oh,
and then,
terrible, bad, terrible.
Terrible. So but it makes a little bit of money, and Roger Corman makes a little bit of money. We're making a sequel. So he hires a director and he hires an actor, and they're going to hey, look at that, Rob on the ball
God,
there. I didn't even
now I remember
so
it.
the cover has nothing to do with the movie, but a great Vallejo art, although she kind of looks like Monique Gabrielle. And they got the script, and it was terrible. So they rewrote the entire script in 2 weeks.
Oh, God.
And filmed it in
And it was
Argentina.
better.
And
And I
it's
want you to think about
amazing.
that.
It's like if Mel Brooks made a Conan movie. They knew they were self-referential.
Where can
and
we
it is
find this
incredible.
movie at?
You can find it streaming, I'm sure, somewhere.
right.
Probably Tubi. Tubi has all those fun ones like that.
So let's go to the gaming world.
But let's go to the
'Cause
gaming
I'm
news.
excited for a few things.
Okay, gaming world. I finally get to talk about something because it's not
What?
just video game pew 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 and all that crap. Back in the '70s, Disney had a board game for going around Disneyland, and you had to get to all the rides, and and then you won if you got all the tickets for all the rides, which is really funny because usually you get rid of your tickets when you go on the rides. But in this case, what happened is Disney has now re-released that game in its original form, and
I remember that game.
bam, yes,
Holy-
that is just. I'm like,
Wow.
oh my god,
That looks like a throwback.
Yes, it is-
6-year-old
it
me
is-
just went, yeah, I remember that.
I remember that exactly.
Looks familiar, but I never played it.
I wanted that game so badly, and I didn't get it.
When does it come out?
It is out right now. You can go buy it online.
Oh,
Really?
what?
Yes.
Do you know the price?
It's not bad. It's like $60-$70. It's about the same as just about any other board game out there right now.
With inflation,
That's
that
the bad-
probably is about what it would have been back then.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
That's a bad part about board games. They're so expensive.
well, it's the parts.
Yeah, well,
It's
since
crazy.
they're 90% made in China and Taiwan, and with the global
Yeah.
That's part of
crunch,
it.
Any
it's part
good
of
board
it, so-
games between 50 to like 150 now
Yep.
for a board game.
Yeah.
especially the fancy ones. Like I bought that Hellboy board game.
Yeah,
when it was
I-
Kickstarter.
yeah.
That was $250.
Yeah.
but it was amazing because every part
Yeah.
was 3D printed and all
Well,
that. So.
the Gloomhaven's $150.
Yeah.
You know,
Then add the
but you get a
expansions
brick
in.
like
Oh
this.
yeah, expansions
You
for
know?
The
replay.
Power Ranger one, brand new's 90. Then you got like 30 different expansions that range from 20 to 80 bucks.
The joke about Dungeons and Dragons, all you need is some dice and pencil and your imagination, and then 4 bookshelves full of books that you're going to spend
$50 a piece.
yeah, because that's what you're going to do, and you'll wind up with that collection before you die, like I do.
Yeah, but you don't need it to play.
All right, but speaking of all that money, somebody had a lot of money and bought something.
Blizzard's been in a lot of trouble. Activision mainly has been in trouble with sexual issues and
the hell you say.
Yeah. So Microsoft decided to say, guess what? We're buying Activision Blizzard now. We own you, and
we own all the
which
things.
Kind of explains all the layoffs that have been happening days before this.
Yep.
Well, here's
the streamlined to sell.
Yeah.
So.
The price had gone way down on Blizzard, and so Microsoft,
because of what's been going on.
But hold on a minute. Microsoft swept in.
Yeah.
And is like, haha, we will pay you, 45% premium over the closing price on, last Friday. And they're like, okay. And then the news got out that they were doing that. And so the price shot up like 30% anyway.
That always
does. Then you got 30% plus the 45% premium. Yeah. And here's the real kicker. This was not a stock deal, guys.
No, this was cash.
This was cash.
On the
Microsoft paid this in cash. And if they had bailed, it would have been a $3 billion fee back to Activision if they had, not.
As it was, $68.7 billion.
So here's the big thing now. Since Microsoft owns them, they can start putting everything Xbox.
This is what Microsoft.
And that's what the issue is, because the biggest game you're playing right now is Call of Duty.
Call of Duty.
That's Activision.
And
if
Fortnite,
Microsoft keeps that. No more PlayStation.
And then, Bethesda, so all the Elder Scrolls and all the Fallouts are now 100%.
Legal-wise, here's the question I have is, since they own them, can they go back on the original contracts and say, PlayStation, you can't have it no more?
They can, but the termination of the contract.
But they probably won't, because they've already been so far in development on those. The next couple will probably still come out on PlayStation, but after that, all bets are off. And that just shows you Microsoft back in the day could have done this with the Windows phones easily. They could have bought everything, every phone company in the world, and so there would not be iPhones. They didn't, because that was when Bill Gates was retiring and he didn't understand what phones were going to be important. And so they slipped. But this one, they're like, video games are going to be important. We need this. And this is Sony and Nintendo are just playing in Microsoft's world, and they just as long as they allow them to.
My hope is that from now on, when you go in to play Call of Duty, if you need a hint or something, Clippy will pop up and help you. Okay, it's like, hi, can I help you?
Combat Clippy.
Go over there, Combat Clippy.
Yes,
I was calling him Tippy, but
Tippy or Combat Clippy.
Tippy.
Oh man.
That would be
he would be great for Call of Duty Zombies. All right. Oh, man. So, speaking of zombies, another board game news. This one's from me. Archaeologists unearth a 4,000-year-old board game.
Yes.
Yes, nerds existed way before any of you all realized. And
so
the problem
is John played as a kid.
Yes, this was John's childhood
I'm older
toy.
than John, so
the problem is none of us know the rules.
Yeah,
so
for some reason
this was not in the box, and we didn't have the instructions.
And it wasn't on
booklet,
Wikipedia.
So, yeah, exactly.
Now, what's neat is there's an older game that we play. Okay, Sanat, which is an Egyptian game, which they found on tomb inscriptions and everything, 4,000 or 5,000 years ago. And what's really cool is they still play it to this day, so we know all the rules. I actually have a
it's like Go.
It's
several thousand years old, and everybody understands that one. This one, they've got some ideas, and I'm sure they'll figure it out.
It looks pretty intense, and it's got game tiles, you got little characters, and there's dice.
And I think they translated that one line that just said 2 to 4 players, 4 hours estimated playtime.
4 hours.
But talk about zombies.
Zombies?
So board games. I love board games.
I do.
Marvel Zombies decided to do a board game. The catch is
how
much it's made.
Yeah, it went insane.
In 2 hours. in 2 hours, it made $2.5 million the first 2 hours. They only needed 500,000.
And they weren't even sure people were going to buy it.
Yeah.
That was the
And
thing.
now it's at 4.6 million.
And everybody wants that Galactus. Because who wouldn't want Zombie Galactus?
Here's the thing. So the first pledge is $130, get the zombie version.
Yeah.
For $240, you get the zombie and the hero version.
Yep.
Now here's the jump. $410, you get all three, and you get the big daddy.
Giant Galactus.
Now, if you only want to buy the $130, you can spend another 100, either 160 or 180 for the Galactus version.
Nice.
As an add-on.
I think that's why I spent $250 on the Hellboy game. Was something like that. It was some add-on that had Hellboy.
You don't know
dressed
how
as Santa
tempting it
Claus.
is for me to do
Incredible.
the
I was like, nope,
$130
had to have it.
one.
So. And it had the Godzilla Hellboy. So where he's in the giant robot suit fighting Godzilla. So I was like, yep, no, had to do that.
But yeah.
So.
$4.5 million already for that thing.
Well, that's it for the gaming news. Now we're moving everywhere else. Let's hit the other news. And always, and the fact you pulled up Death Stalker 2, Rob, is awesome.
That is awesome.
You're allowed to be a little slow on that. So
Yeah.
For me, this was big news. Valentine's Day is coming up,
What?
but I prefer.
greeting
just
card
had that last
holiday.
year.
I prefer the proper, because it's a made-up holiday, and Saint Valentine was, massacred and
So how can we
Spit
turn
roasted,
a greeting
so
card
let's-
holiday to something better?
I call it Valentween. Let's call it second Halloween.
What do we do on
Valentine.
Valentine?
On Valentine, we celebrate all things horror. And so where you can go do that best is where we went for Christmas and had a great time, where we went for Krampusnacht. We went to Sir Henry's. They're bringing back a 2-night special event, Love's Revenge, Sir Henry's Haunted Trail in Plant City.
Are we
That-
going to go film it again?
Hopefully.
hope so.
They haven't opened up for media night yet, but we will put in. But man, Christmas was amazing there.
Yeah, that Christmas
And
event
the fact
was
that they're
great.
going to do 2 more haunts for Valentine's Day, and I'm sure there'll be their dark twist on Valentine's all around it. Come on, this is a gold.
I mean, come on, it's hearts.
Go get your tickets now. It is a ticketed event. They are available now,
It's
and they
definitely
will
worth
sell
going to.
out because they're only doing 2 nights.
Yeah.
So
The Christmas
Friday
one
and
when we went to
Saturday,
that.
right before Valentine's, and you can't beat that. Come on, and they're going to have some fun there, and it'll be February, so they'll have the big blazing fire outside, and they'll have some fun. So
Very cool.
I'm excited.
Very cool.
I am so excited.
You know what's neat is just up the road. You can go spend the day at Sci-Fi Bartow, and then
Yep.
at night go to Sir Henry's.
Sir Henry's.
Very
I think it is
cool.
that same weekend.
It is.
So
Yep.
So looking forward to Sci-Fi
Very
Bartow.
cool.
I will be speaking at Sci-Fi Bartow.
Ren Fair
So
opens that same
telling
weekend, too.
I'll be telling a UFO story there. So because their theme this year is a galaxy far, far away. So
Galaxies far, far away.
Yeah.
With a typo in the name. But I'm leaving it alone. For
I know.
now.
I said the same thing. Come
you
on,
did
Sean.
too? Okay.
Come on, Sean.
It's IES.
It's like you've got some writers that hang out there a lot. We could help you edit your signs.
Yeah.
It's all good.
We're good at this.
We promise.
All right.
Oh, now this one's big for me.
Big trouble.
This is Big Trouble in Little China star Kim Cattrall, who has made some headlines recently for not being in the latest Sex and the City movie, but she admitted she has a crush on an old robot named Crow T.
Crow.
Robot. And there was a long time crush, and what's the joke is Crow sings a song about his love Kim Cattrall, because he had once loved Estelle Getty, and now he loves Kim Cattrall. And so Crow T. Robot presents his love song, Kim Cattrall, Kim Cattrall,
Good day.
Kim Cattrall.
Happy to see you.
That's exactly how he
Crow
does.
T. Robot.
Like, I loved you in Mannequin. It was a really good movie. It's hysterical. So,
And she loves him back.
and she loves him
apparently.
back. Apparently, she
This
heard
is,
this.
this is horrible. I mean, the two of them must get together. They can't be separated by
This is-
space.
Yes, exactly. It's not by space. Now he's stuck up on the satellite of love. They're doing new episodes of Mystery Science Theater for their Kickstarter that made ungodly money.
I just know that if she shows up, he's toast.
Oh, yeah.
He's just going to explode, and
he
that'll be
wouldn't
the
know how to
end of
handle that.
Crow. That'll be the end of Crow.
Kim Cattrall, Kim Cattrall, Kim Cattrall. I had that as a ringtone for a while. Because I was a big sucker for Kim Cattrall too after Porky's.
No, she had me at Big Trouble in Little China.
Yeah, that was sealed the deal, but Porky's, yeah.
Yep.
But anyway, if you want to find that one's streaming on very many sources and totally worth your time. Totally inappropriate and would never be made today. So
Back to comic book information for me.
Oh, what have we got?
I don't have no cough button.
You don't have a cough button. Here, use mine.
For the cough button.
Use mine.
So, Hulk #1. A collector buys a very fine near mint 9.0 graded copy of Hulk #1 for $490,000.
Damn, that's almost Batman money.
Yeah,
that's crazy. I think that one got bid up by a crypto group, which is why it went so high. But I know there was that one crypto group that bought the very rare Dune that Jaworski was going to make the Dune animated movie, and it never got made. But they had all the sketches and all this, and they released it as a book, but they lost the rights to that book like almost immediately after it got published because the Herbert family is very protective of the license. Mm-hmm. And so that book is super rare, and it was supposed to sell for like $10,000, and some crypto group bid it up to like $4 million, and they thought, oh, okay, they're going to release it as NFTs or something. They're going to scan it and release it as NFTs. No, they thought they had bought the rights to it, and they were planning on making it as a movie.
Oh, God.
And so they got a lesson in learning how rights work.
Yeah.
But
so the cover date on this was May 1962.
Yep, OG Gray Hulk,
Stanley Jack Kirby,
before Green, and and that's one of the things I think the movie Hulks always get wrong, is that it's Bruce trying to make himself the super soldier or trying to do this. It's always, the Hulk was always about, he rescues Rick Jones, this guy from a gamma blast. He sacrifices himself to save another man. And so that it's a sacrifice. It's not a mad drive for science. Yeah. It's a sacrifice that causes the Jekyll and Hyde thing in the comics. And I think none of the movie versions, none of the television versions have ever gotten that right.
No, David Banner looking for a way to tap the inner strength inside all men.
David Banner.
David Banner, Bruce Banner, whatever.
Bruce Banner.
David Banner
it's on the tombstone.
It's on the tombstone from Death of Hulk. Yep.
No, it's right in the credits.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Every episode.
Was it?
Yes, it was in the credits of David Bruce Banner.
And
right on the tombstone, every credit. Or opening sequence.
Yeah, opening sequence. Yep.
Yep.
Because he pretended to be dead. Yep.
So that was his middle name.
Now,
because Bruce Banner just sounded too comic booky.
Yep. Now, this next one made me laugh hysterically because
oh God, yes, I heard about this.
Oh my God, yes.
There's been some fun things happen on police lines over the years.
Yeah, this one takes the cake.
Yep, they issued an alert for a purple green '78 Dodge
3700 GT.
Yep, and it was
Missouri license plate. Yes. You kid me.
Which was the Joker's car from the 1989 Batman movie, starring Jack Nicholson as the Joker.
It was they were supposed to be testing the system,
and it went out.
It wasn't supposed to be a live message, and somebody flipped it the wrong way, so it went out live. So apparently, and the thing was, if you look at it, it was Gotham City, Missouri.
Yes.
Which there is no Gotham City anywhere in the world. It doesn't actually exist.
Which is fantastic. Although if I was the town of Missouri, I would be looking to change my name immediately.
Damn straight.
So, you get a statue like Kirk's statue in that little town in Iowa. So.
Yeah, or
the one
Superman one.
Yeah, the Superman in Kansas. Yeah, good stuff, man. Good stuff. That was great. I remember. What was it, years ago when the eclipse was happening, this town in South Carolina, they're known for their cryptid is the Lizard Man of Scrape Ore Swamp. And they did a test for their emergency broadcast system, and it was, beware, we don't know if Lizard Man will be active during the eclipse. And suddenly the town got flooded with tourists looking for Lizard Man again. So, which is fantastic.
Great way to make money.
Hey, was it a mistake? Never. Never. So.
And even if it was, don't admit it.
Don't admit it. Don't admit it. So,
all right. So the next one's a little funny. They're going to put apparently a movie studio in space. Yeah. Now this sounds really impressive, but if you read into it, we have an image up. I think it's that ball at the end. It actually inflates. It's about
Yep.
18 feet across. That's all the filming space you have.
Yep.
But it's not just for filming movies when you need to do zero-G and stuff
Yep.
like that. It's also going to be used for sports.
Sports. Yeah, they were talking
Finally,
about like,
you can
zero-G
play
sports.
real Quidditch.
Yep, or zero-G basketball from Battlestar Galactica and stuff like that.
Oh my
so
God!
yeah, this will be fun.
Yeah, but I just imagine Quidditch. Finally, you can like ride on the broom, go bouncing back and forth, get hit with a bludger, whatever.
Well, I think it's trailer time, gang. I think we skip ahead. because
Oh,
we
yeah,
got some
yeah, we're kinda
trailers
running out of
we've got to watch.
Yeah.
So.
Now we do have a 3-hour trailer of Batman. Do we have
Yep,
time for
Batman that we're going to run right now, and the special feature will be the full season premiere of Moon Knight, that we've sneaked out.
Yes.
So, but let's watch the trailer for him first. So, can we watch Moon Knight there, Rob? If you got it
You
queued.
gonna do Moon Knight first or Batman?
Oh, well, we got Batman.
Bruce Wayne,
And
I wouldn't be bothering you here, but your people keep telling me you're unavailable.
just do the animated series thing for this.
No, Danny Elfman.
Well, it's Dan Elfman did that.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Cool. We're good.
That's
No, he's
it's
Danny Elfman should do the music.
It's dark.
All DC comics.
Very dark.
it's very dark. It's very
It's-
emo.
No,
Penguin there.
You can't even tell who the actor is.
Colin Farrell, yeah, is completely.
Oh my God, you're
transformed.
kidding! Holy crap! I had no idea there was.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
looking good.
Yeah, I mean, just everything about it looks so intense.
Very
I hope
stylized.
that. Yeah, it really looks more
question
like
mark.
a psychological thriller. A serious, psychotic murder
There's a
mystery.
hidden bit when they do that fan out and he's looking at the questions and
Yeah.
stuff. Somebody figured out that it's a foreign word for bat. And they went to the website. They made that like .com.
Yeah.
And they found a website that the Riddler owns. And it's like an ARG, but it's asks like 3 stupid questions, and then it plays a clip from the movie.
Nice.
That, it's like, all right, well, that's kind of cute, but not nearly as cool as some of their other ARGs they've done. Come on, Warner Brothers, you're smarter than that.
Ramp it up. Ramp it up.
Yeah. Although I do love Riddler, I am a Frank Gorshin fan myself.
I like Frank.
Although I
You don't
think,
like Jim Carrey?
Jim Carrey did fine.
Jim Carrey did fine. Yeah, he had some lines there that
Yeah.
I'm a winner. I'm a winner.
Yeah.
He did well. But I gotta say, the guy in Gotham, absolutely
Yep.
outstanding.
Really good. Yeah, Edward Nigma.
Yes, Edward Nima.
Yeah, that was good stuff. Yeah, Riddler is one of those unsung. I think animated series Riddlers were really good. That was John Glover.
Oh
did
yeah.
those. So there's a lot. Riddler has a good legacy. Penguin, of course, has a great legacy, and Penguin's going to carry over into a series after the Gotham Police series that's coming out on HBO after this. So hopefully he lives, unlike every other Batman villain in every other Batman movie. So DC should just rename themselves the Batman Company, because none of their other stuff is selling. Although Peacemaker's doing pretty well.
Just keep remaking Batman, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, they're
about
the
this
top
Batman
50
is
comics.
just
40 of them are Batman, and then
Yeah.
I don't think Superman is even in the top 50.
No.
So, all right. But
All
then Marvel strikes back
this.
with what some people call the Marvel Batman,
Yes.
and that would be
Moon Knight.
Moon Knight, because you should always pronounce your silent letters.
So, did you see the one hidden thing in Moon Knight?
Which part?
When he's driving the van, what's written behind him on one of the shipping
What is it?
boxes?
Oh, I think I
Is
saw
it-
something.
Look for
yeah,
it.
watch.
Okay, we'll watch for that.
All right.
But I love the Rubik's Cube.
It's a tease on a character.
So now he's already changing that he's not the rich version
Or is he?
of
Or is he?
Or is
he
he? Yeah, we
dreaming
don't know.
that he's
We don't
not
know what-
rich?
we don't know what-
That's the
what's
thing.
real,
He's-
what isn't.
Yeah, it's a dream within
that's
a dream.
The beauty of Moon Knight is
Yeah.
dissociative identity disorder as a superhero.
Yep.
He doesn't know day to day.
Nope. I mean, he's going through
We
this.
don't even
but
see
then,
the possible taxi driver.
Yeah, I hope they
Yeah.
have him in there.
And I mean, now in the comics, he knew who he was. He was the rich guy, and he was doing all these other personas. But in this one, yeah, he is actually.
Well, it started that way, and then in the comics, he slowly loses himself to those, and that was what.
I didn't follow
Yeah,
that far
because the
along.
Bendis
Yeah.
run totally changes.
Yeah, but
him.
now he finds this phone,
Yeah.
picks it up, and he's somebody else.
Yeah.
It's like, what?
Yeah,
And this is amazingly cool.
yeah, and then Khonshu himself showing up there for a flash, which is there's just some. This just looks incredible, and Oscar Isaac, man, that guy is incredible. And there's our what is it saying? I couldn't see it.
So one of the boxes behind him says Victor Von Doom.
Oh, okay, cool. So we know that. Well, we know that's coming. So there he is. There's old Moon Knight just kicking butt.
I wonder, does he have his crunchy?
I don't know. Does he have all his random bullshit?
I mean,
I'm sorry.
we know he's got. We know he has
That's the meme. That's the meme.
The shuriken.
Yeah.
Okay, the throwing moon. We can't call it a throwing star.
No,
know, it's a throwing moon.
Yeah, throwing moon.
But he always had a truncheon on his leg.
Sadly, we're out of time for the other two trailers.
Oh, no.
But one of the ones I definitely recommend y'all watch is a new show from HBO Max. Taika Waititi again, the same guy who does What We Do in the Shadows and all that other fun. They have a new series called Our Flag Means Death.
Yes.
And it's all about pirates. And it looks.
It's kind of based on a true story.
It's based on a true story where these pirates.
Kind of
loosely.
Okay, yeah.
Very loosely.
But it's basically a
wanted to be a gentleman
high-end fop.
Yep.
Who decides he's going to be a gentleman pirate, and he's running the whole crew like a theater show, which, I'm sorry, is just a complete takeoff on Stardust.
And Pirates of Penzance and everything. So,
I mean, you got Robert De Niro, kind of doing the same thing.
It's a very pastiche-looking thing, and Taika Waititi playing Blackbeard, and coming down on this guy, and it looks amazing. It's from the Flight of the Conchords team, so it should be incredible. And that's.
What do y'all think about Peacemaker?
I love it.
Peacemaker's been great.
It's one of those. I started watching it. It was so funny. We started watching it, and the intro comes on, which is probably the greatest intro.
You can't skip the intro. This is
one of those greatest intros of all time. And you watch it, and you're just like, this is like a train wreck. Why am I watching this? I can't stop. And then the next episode, you're watching it, and you're like, well, I'll skip the intro. No, I got to watch that again, because that was great. And then by the third episode, I was about to skip it, and my wife goes, Don't you dare skip that. That's awesome.
By the first episode, I've never laughed so hard in the first 7 minutes of a show.
It was fantastic.
It was great.
And I didn't even particularly like the last Suicide Squad movie. I thought it was okay. This is so next level. This is
the
good.
jokes
This is so
about
much fun.
Aquaman in the newest episode.
Yes.
The jokes against Batman were great.
Yeah. It's so good, and James Gunn again loving obscure DC heroes, so he's throwing in one-liners to make
Bat might exist.
It makes them canon, but at least in this universe. And just when you think it can't get weirder, the eagle gives him a hug. It's eagly. But anyway, that's all we got, gang.
That's all we got. I never even got to Game of Thrones, but let's roll.
Yeah,
we're done.
Whatever. It's all good. So
all right, we'll see you next week.
Catch
Bye.
you.